This is EbonyMan2k. Soncerae has made the argument several times that she does not care about the number of dislikes she receives on her videos. She even brags that dislikes helps her channel because YouTube counts that activity as viewer engagement. But what she fails to talk about is her number of likes. How can someone with 43,000 subs have less than 20 likes per video? I repeat, how can someone with 43,000 subs have less than 20 likes per video? I've been in the YouTube game for only 5 months with less than 1,000 subs, and I get more likes on my videos than she does. In this video, I will present a visual commentary as to why Ray should quit YouTube, and I will present a recent audio clip of her as an example of why. Afterwards, we can chat about it to some mellow music. Let's look at the visual commentary now.
Hey everybody, it is Soncerae here. I appreciate you listening to me. So I have a moment to talk about something. I want to talk about something that was very interesting to me. I've been noticing, if you haven't been noticing, it's a lot of stuff that's happening right now as far as stuff that's like apocalyptic, right? Now, if you've ever even cracked open a Bible for 2 minutes, you know that a lot of the stuff that's happening around us seems to be like the biblical signs of the end times, right? So just recently, like I heard a story yesterday about the plague of locusts. It's like millions of locusts just covering Kenya and Ethiopia, and they're basically just taking over Africa. Locusts, not a usual amount of locusts, but a biblical amount of locusts are taking over like Africa, and of course they're eating all of the food. They're just destroying all of the farms. And when things like this happen, you have to do something about the animals, because the animals eat what's on the farm basically. And when you move animals out of their element and try to put them somewhere else, that creates an entirely different problem, okay? So you got the plague of locusts, right? Okay? Then you got an actual plague, which is the coronavirus that's going around here, and it's just basically killing like everybody, okay, out there in Wuhan. And it's people, it's a couple of people that actually have brought it to the United States. So they have those people on split quarantine. But I think someone has died already in the United States of the coronavirus, right? So there are seven, basically we're going to talk about I think it's seven. I think there might be 6 or 7 biblical signs. I think one is Christ's second coming. And of course, I'm not Christian. So if I misspeak, please let me know. But it's like the coming of Christ, then it's like war, and then you have false prophets, and then moral decay, right? Now, moral decay is something that, of course, we've all been seeing. I've been complaining about moral decay for such a long time, where now I'm starting to see the way that people behave, where it's just like everybody is negative, everybody is disrespectful, everyone is slanderous. It's just terrible. That's one of the main things I've seen for the past like year or 3 years, of people just being flat out, no filter, just saying and doing whatever to people. We've seen this. And so then you have like signs in the stars that you're supposed to see. And then it's like the Great Tribulation, which has something to do with just a whole bunch of bad things just happening. And then it's supposed to be like a whole bunch of like earthquakes or whatever. Now, we've seen the fires, the earthquakes, bad things happening to kids, being killed, all types of stuff. But one of the things that's really sticking out to me, that makes me feel like, in a biblical sense, is the end of times and the world is about to shift. I'm not going to say that the world is going to end completely, but it's going to end as we know it and change into something else. So if you've been reading the Bible, if you haven't, I'm going to read a scripture to you. Now, I used to be a minister a long time ago. I stopped ministering because of the night terrors that I used to have when I was ministering. So I left Christianity alone and I became Buddhist. So now I'm Buddhist, and it's still even hard to be Buddhist when I have to deal with so many other people. It's almost like I have to isolate myself in order to stay away from the moral decay, because when I'm around people, I literally have to like stoop down to a specific level that is so low. It's low frequency that I have to do this in order to defend myself from other people. And especially on social media. I mean, the disgust, the way I see people like carry themselves. So in 2 Timothy, I think it's the 3rd chapter, 1 through 4. It's a scripture that says something along the lines of, in the last days, there will come times of difficulty. For people will be lovers of themselves. They will be lovers of money. They will be proud, arrogant, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, heartless, slanderous, without self-control, unappeasable, brutal, not loving God, treacherous, reckless, swollen with conceit, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. Now, I've said on my channel within the past couple of, like since the beginning of the year, that I've been trying to shift, what kind of audience I have, because I feel like for many years I made like this huge mistake of creating content that was suitable for people who were of God. And so now I have an audience filled with people who are so negative and they don't know God. And so now as I've like grown and evolved into something else to where all I want is to be around people who are peaceful and of God and, basically selfless and, grateful and appreciative. I don't see that in my audience. I don't get that level of support. I just see a whole bunch of hate all of the time. And it's unfortunate for me to see. And I've complained about, not being able to talk about my spirituality and things of that nature because it's hard to explain that type of thing to people who are of God. Now, I'm not saying I'm a person of God on a level of I'm like perfect and I haven't, had some flaws or made some mistakes or anything like that. A lot of times when people think of people who are of God, they tend to think that people are kind of self-righteous and they think they're better than people. That's not how I am as far as, my spirituality goes. I'm just not interested in being that type of person. But what I am interested in being, I try to be on a regular basis. Like I try to be fair to people. I try to be, nice and kind. And it's very hard to be kind around this time. Now, one of the things, like when we start talking about the end of days and we start talking about controversies and stuff like that, there are a few things that also go hand in hand with this apocalyptic stuff. I don't really talk about conspiracy theories on my channel. I remember I used to, when I first started doing my YouTube videos, I would talk about the Illuminati all the time. Because there would be people around me who would swear up and down that I was blackballed by the Illuminati, and they would talk to me about those things and how because of my faith in God and spirituality, um, I was blackballed by the Illuminati. Some weird stuff that, was too much, and I stopped talking about it because I saw that it was a rabbit hole. Like you can go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into stuff like that. And even if you're not talking about the Illuminati and you just happen to start talking about Christianity, that's a damn rabbit hole in itself. But there are a few things that we talk about all of the time that seem outlandish to some, but kind of make sense. Like people talk about the Earth is flat. We've heard the what do they call the people who believe in that the Earth is flat? Flat earthers or something like that. Anyway, they have a name for those people. There's people out here saying that the earth is flat. Of course, when I got pregnant with my son, everyone was saying don't vaccinate your son because vaccinations give kids autism, especially African American kids. But I'd like to see a non-vaccinated child go to Wuhan right now. Like right now, I think all children should be vaccinated right now because literally the disease that's passing through, like they don't have a cure for the coronavirus. Okay, they don't have a cure for that. And I hear people talking about bats. It came from bat soup, and people, Asian people eat a lot of different things that like Americans would never eat. Like I would never eat a damn bat. I don't know anybody that would eat a damn bat. You know what I'm saying? Like a bat don't even look delicious. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm not even sure I'm okay with eating a chicken because the way that the chicken look, but I'm definitely not eating no goddamn bat. Okay, but I guess it's a delicacy for Asians. So anyway, there are a lot of people who like I seen a post from Erica, Little Scrappy's baby mama, Little Scrappy from Love and Hip Hop. He has a baby with this lady named Erica. She's not on the show anymore. But before he got with Bam, he was with Erica, and Erica just had a set of twins. And Erica goes onto Instagram and she tells people that her kids haven't been vaccinated and they are fine. Like nothing has happened to them. And this guy comes into the comment section. I'm like, yo, I haven't been in a car accident, but I get car insurance just in case, basically. So she's not vaccinating her kids because, of course, everyone's talking about how vaccinations are bad. But if she was to take her kids to Wuhan right now, let's see how safe they would be. I think you should vaccinate your kids. Like, really, I vaccinated my son. Like, I remember when I went into a damn single moms group on Facebook. By the way, I have one. It's called Black Single Mom Support Group if you want to go check it out. But there are a lot of single mom groups on Facebook. And so I was in one, and I went in there when I was pregnant and asked the ladies in there, should I vaccinate my son? And they was like, are you kidding me? Of course. Like, why would you say that you shouldn't? If you don't vaccinate your kids, they're going to be giving illness to other kids. I personally think vaccination is good for certain kids and not good for others. Some kids can deal with that. Like, it's a risk all across the board for all kids, not just African American kids. So back to this list of conspiracies. So we got, we've been to the moon. It's people saying that we've never been to the moon, and that the footage from the moon is fake, and the flag shouldn't be waving back and forth because there's no wind in space, all types of stuff. Okay, they say that climate change, they're trying to make it seem like climate change isn't real, when pretty much it is. I mean, we can see by the way things are happening right now as far as our weather goes. Like, I remember last month, I was out somewhere. I can't remember where I was, and you guys know I live in San Francisco. So I was out in San Francisco somewhere, and I was talking to someone who had just came from Texas. And we were talking about how hot it was, like oddly hot in San Francisco than usual. And it was snowing in Texas. And we were like, why in the world is it snowing in the South right now, but hot up here? The change in climate is very real. All you got to do is go outside and you can peep that out. Okay, so the universe. People are claiming that the universe is getting smaller or it's not expanding. I don't believe that. I believe that we are a young race of people. Just the human race is a young race of people. Because when I think about stuff like, just technology, the way that technology is advanced, like when I was young or inside of the 80s and stuff like that, there is no way in the world anybody could convince me that I could be doing a live stream right now with a phone that's not attached to anything. Okay? Like, you wouldn't have let me, I wouldn't have been able to believe that there was such thing as FaceTime. The way that the human race has evolved in that little bit of time, of course that's expansion, and everything gets bigger and bigger and bigger with time. Now, you guys do realize that the planet is 80% water, right? So I think that with time, with the climate changing, that some of that water will start going away. And it'll be more land, and it'll be more land for people, or animals that walk on land. Okay, that's what I think is happening. Because, like I said, the planet is 80% water, so that means it's more sea animals like whales and sharks and crabs and lobsters and shrimp and all types of fish and sea life out there, and it's more of them than us. So I think with the climate changing, it's going to make it a little bit more of a balance. Okay, I know what HARP is, Tracy. I heard about HARP. HARP is also something that should be on this goddamn list where they talk about purposely claiming changing the weather. Sometimes, like, I feel like it depends on the day. Like, here in Northern California, we are up on the mountains. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but California is like just one big ass mountain. California is the entire West Coast, but it's like up, okay? And all of the other states are like down to the bottom. So up here, right, you can see the sky clearer, the moon is bigger, you can see the stars better, you see stuff landing. Like, you can see, when I try to tell people that there are other aircrafts, like, coming, they're not, like, human aircrafts. They're different aircrafts coming from, like, another planet or something. And you can see them, because you're kind of up. You can see them a hell of a lot better than I could when I was in Atlanta. I couldn't see all of this then, but here you see meteors all the time, other aircrafts, like, and it's like a base somewhere around certain places I go to. When you go closer to the bases, you see stuff landing all of the time. So you got meteors, shooting stars, all types of aircrafts coming out of the sky. So I feel like the universe is going to expand, meaning we're going to have more access to whatever's out there in the universe. Like, it's going to be more common to see the aircrafts that I see all of the time up here in California. Of course, when I see it now, it's kind of like when me and my daughter, because my daughter sees it too. A lot of people see it. We sit down and we talk about it all the time. That you could just see, like, it's not a regular aircraft. You're like, I'm not falling for that. And then when you keep seeing it over and over, you're like, like, where are these aliens going? Because that's all you can call it, is aliens. You don't know what it is. So anyway, the universe is expanding, meaning we'll have more access to those type of people. Okay, chemtrails. As far as chemtrails go, I see chemtrails all the time. People say chemtrails aren't real, but personally, I think chemtrails are very real. It's like, I don't know, because to me, like I said, I see a lot of aircrafts. I see a lot of just air traffic. It's a lot of it out here. And I can tell the difference between an airplane that's like dumping fuel, or an airplane that's, dumping something, and then eventually it just evaporates into the air. Chemtrails stay a lot longer. Like, they're just sitting there. You know what I mean? And I always wonder what that is. So anyway, I don't know about this "we are all made of stardust" thing. Evolution is a fact. Yes, evolution is something that happens. Science is like magic but real. Science to me is like magic but real. Like, when I talk about the law of attraction and I talk about metaphysics, and you attract what you habitually think. Like, you know how people say you attract what you are? Technically, no, more of what you habitually think about all of the time. Like, you get to your feelings. Like, let's just talk about your feelings and your thought process. Your feelings, right? What you feel all of the time is a reflection of what you're thinking in your mind often. So, when you think about things that make you angry, have you noticed it gets worse and worse and worse and worse? If you keep thinking about it, you get angrier and angrier and angrier. And when you just be like, you know what, I'm not going to think about that, you change your mind and start thinking about something else, your day gets a lot better. It's the same thing with things that you want to attract, whether it's a new car, new house, new whatever. If you think about attracting that positively, it'll come into your life easy. That's how things have come into my life when I'm not co-creating with another human being. Like, if I gotta factor in what somebody else's want, like if I'm in a relationship, or if I'm thinking about one of my relatives, then I can't necessarily attract what I want to attract. You can only do it if you focus on your own thoughts and your own feelings. That's the only way you'll be able to attract stuff scientifically to you. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. Like, do any of you feel like, what you're seeing or what you're observing is the end of days? And I think the one thing that I see all of the time that reminds me of the end of days in the Bible is moral decay. And then you got the locusts and the disease, the coronavirus, stuff like that. The way that crime is happening, it's just different. And I think it might have been happening all this time. It's just that way that social media is, we have more access to information. So is it that it's happening? Like, the whole locust thing we know that locusts come around and they attack crops and stuff like that, but to the degree that they're doing it right now, like, think about that. Think about, are we seeing all of the things that we're seeing because we have more access to information, or are we seeing more of what we're seeing because it's the end of days? That's really what this live stream is about. Thank you for listening to me. I have to go. Make sure you like the live stream, okay, y'all? Have vision and stay focused. Hold up. Wait. Okay, yeah, I'm done. It's been 20 minutes. So I'm trying to keep my live streams and shit short. Okay. Have vision and stay focused, y'all.
This is EbonyMan2k. If you like my videos, cash at me at $EbMN2k. That's $EbMN2k. If you don't have Cash App, click on the referral link in the description box and in the comments sections. Go to our homepage on Everybody Loves Soncerae after this video and click on the category videos for new videos and playlists for binge watching. I thank you for visiting Everybody Loves Soncerae. This is EbonyMan2k. Peace, and I'm out.